Morning students, today I am going to discuss on the cancer, introduction of cancer, and how they start and characteristics of cancer. So what is cancer? So cancer is a broad term. It describes the disease that results when cellular changes cause the uncontrolled growth and division of cells. In simple terms, cancer means it's uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells. Uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells is called cancer. So you take any tissue, it is made up of cells. These cells undergo division up to a certain extent. Its division, cells division, normal cells division is controlled by certain genes. So if these genes are not playing their role in controlling cell division, genes may change and the cell division may not be controlled. It will go on dividing, redividing, so that the tissue growth occurs uncontrollably. So this is called cancer. So cancer is a broad term. It describes the disease that results when cellular changes cause the uncontrolled growth and division of cells. Some types of cancer cause rapid cell growth. Some cancers cause rapid cell growth. They show rapid cell growth. Okay, while others cause cells to grow and divide at a slower rate. Certain forms of cancer results in visible growth called tumors. Certain forms of cancer result in visible growths called tumors. Tumors may develop. Tumors can be seen externally. So tumors are developed by certain cancers, while others such as leukemia do not. Leukemia is a type of cancer, blood cancer it is. So in blood cancer, tumors are not seen, right? So certain forms of cancer result in visible growth called tumors, while others like leukemia, they do not show visible tumors. Cancer cells differ from normal cells in the body in many ways. Normal cells become cancerous when a series of mutations leads the cell to continue to grow and divide out of control, and in a way a cancer cell is a cell that has achieved a sort of immortality. So cancer cells, what it happens, its genes are continuously undergoing mutations, changes that leads to the cell to continue to grow and divide out of control. Such cells go on, dividing and growing without having control over it. And in a way, cancer cell is a cell that has achieved a sort of immortality. Yes, cancer cells achieve a sort of immortality. They may not die. Die because see they have achieved that type of immortality because of repeated mutations of the genes. Next, cancer cells have the ability to both invade nearby tissues and spread to distant regions of the body. Cancer cells have the ability to invade nearby tissues and spread to distant regions of the body. They can go anywhere. They can invade, they can enter into the nearby tissues, or they may spread to very distant regions of the body. So types, let us see types of cancers. There are as many types of cancer cells as there are types of cancer. Of the 100 plus types of cancer, most are named for the type of cancer cells in which it began. So what type of cells show cancer? Depending upon that, cancers are named. Number one, carcinomas are cancers that arise in epithelial cells that line bodily cavity. Body cavity is lined by epithelial tissue. If this epithelial tissue cells show cancer, such type of cancer is called as carcinoma. Sarcomas are cancers that arise in mesenchymal cells, mesodermal cells, in bones, muscles, blood vessels, and other tissues. Right? So, the cancers that are developed by mesenchymal cells are known as sarcomas. Cancers that are developed in epithelial tissues are known as carcinomas. Mesenchymal tissues, mesenchymal cells, sarcomas. Then leukemias, lymphomas, and myeloma are blood related cancers. Leukemia, lymphomas, myeloma are blood related cancers that arise from the bone marrow or the lymphoid tissues, lymphos, and fed by nutrients in the bloodstream and lymph fluid. Then how do they start? How do they start? Cancer cells appear through a series of genetic and epigenetic changes. So cancer cells appear how? After passing through a series of genetic changes. Genetic changes occur. Genes are undergoing changes. Number one. Number two, epigenetic changes. Epigenetic changes means not genetic. These are not genetic changes. The changes that occur in animals' behavior or surrounding environment, if any changes occur, that may affect the body cells to become cancer cells. Cancer cells. So this is called as epigenetic changes. Epigenetic changes. The surrounding changes of the animal may has impact over the cells to become cancerous cells. Some of these changes may be either inherited or more often caused by carcinogens. Carcinogens. So carcinogens are the substances which cause cancer. So cancer causing substances are called carcinogens in our environment. Carcinogens are present in our environment. In general, solid tumors contain multiple mutations. Interestingly, the metastatic process, that is the main culprit for the high mortality of advanced cancers, is thought to be caused mostly by epigenetic changes, as no specific genetic alterations have been found in metastasis. Metastasis means spreading of cancer cells to different parts of the body. Earlier, see, cancer is of two types, benign tumor and malignant tumor. Benign tumor is restricted to particular region. See, when this benign tumor transforms into malignant tumor, malignant tissues, malignant cells can, they have the ability to enter into the blood circulation or body fluid. So wherever body fluid flows, there these cells spread. So this is called metastasis. And that process is called as metastatic process, and this is very dangerous. So the metastatic process, that is the main culprit for the high mortality of advanced cancers. Mortality is due to metastasis. Mortality, death of the patient is because of the metastatic process. Advanced cancers is thought to be caused mostly by epigenetic changes. This is caused mostly because of epigenetic changes. Epigenetic changes, I told you already. What are epigenetic changes? Changes that occur not in the genes, in surrounding media, in surrounding environment and behavior of the animal. They are coming under epigenetic changes. as no specific genetic alterations have been found in metastasis. It also helps explain a genetic predisposition to cancer. Yes, another cause for cancer is genetic predisposition. Genetic predisposition means genetic changes. So, cancer causing gene might have come from their parents through their gametes. So this is called as predisposition of cancer. A genetic predisposition doesn't mean you will get cancer, but simplistically, if a few mutations are already in place, it will likely take fewer acquired mutations for a cell to become cancerous. It doesn't mean that cancer should occur in people whose parents are having cancer. Not like that, but possibility is more because they have certain mutations, cancer causing mutations, and they are aggregated in next progeny. The process of normal cells becoming cancer often goes through stages in which the cell becomes progressively more abnormal appearing. These stages may include hyperplasia, dysplasia, and finally cancer. You may also hear this described as differentiation. So, cancer cells undergo differentiation. Normal cells become abnormal cells. This is called differentiation. Early on, a cell may look much like normal cells of that organ or tissue, but as progression occurs, the cell becomes increasingly undifferentiated. This is in fact why sometimes the original source of cancer cannot be determined. Original source of cancer cannot be determined because the cells that show cancer characteristics are abnormal. They are not having normal shape. They have undergone differentiation, abnormal differentiation. That's why cancer cells coming from which source cannot be understood, cannot be determined. Next, cancer versus normal cells. There are many important differences between cancer cells and normal cells. Some of these include, some the differences between normal cells and cancer cells can be discussed here. Growth. Normal cells grow as a part of growth and development, such as during childhood or to repair injured tissue, right? During childhood, growth would be there. So during such condition, the normal cells grow normal growth. And if the tissue is injured, that tissue is repaired due to normal cell growth. Cancer cells continue to grow or reproduce even when further cells are not needed. Further cells, if not needed, even in such condition also, these cells undergo repeated division, and they continue to grow. Cancer cells also fail to listen to signals that tell them to stop growing or commit cell suicide. So, see, these cells, cancer cells, may not hear the signals that are coming from the body or normal genes to stop the growing, to stop the multiplication, right? So they go on redividing, and their growth is not controlled. When the cells become old or damaged, they should be undergo necrosis or cell death. That may not happen. Next, ability to invade nearby tissues. Yes, cancer cells have the ability to invade the nearby tissues. They can enter they can enter into the surrounding tissues. Normal cells respond to signals from other cells which tell them they have reached a boundary. Cancer cells do not respond to these signals and extend into nearby tissues, often with finger-like projections. Often with finger-like projections, they enter into surrounding tissues, normal tissues. This is one reason why it is difficult at times to surgically remove a cancerous tumor. Therefore, it's very difficult to remove cancer tumor surgically because of their invading property. The word cancer, in fact, is derived from the Greek word carcinos for crab. For crab, in Greek language, carcinos is used. So, this tissue spreads into other tissues by sending finger-like projections. It looks like you know these finger-like projections are look like legs of crab. Therefore, uh, crab name cancer is kept. So Greek word carcinos for crab referring to these claw-like extensions into neighboring tissues. Therefore, this you know abnormal growth of tissue is referred as cancer because it is spreading like forwarding the claws of crabs during its locomotion. So ability to spread, this is called metastasize. Ability to spread to other regions of the body. Normal cells make substances called adhesion molecules that cause them to stick to nearby cells. Some cancer cells lacking the stickiness caused by these adhesion molecules can break free and float to other regions of the body. So stickiness is lost in cancer cells. They are not able to adhere to other cells. They are free and they can freely enter into other tissues. They may travel to nearby tissues or through the bloodstream and lymphatic system to areas of the body far from the original cancer cell. For example, a lung cancer cell may travel to the lymph nodes, brain, liver, or bones. See how they are spreading. Then immortality. Most normal cells, like humans, have a limited lifespan. Human body cells have limited lifespan. When they reach a certain age, they die. When they reach certain age, for example, our blood cells, RBCs, have 120 days of lifespan, after which they die. They have to perish. But these cancer cells won't perish. They won't die. They are immortal. Cancer cells, in contrast, have developed a way to defy death. On the end of our chromosomes is a structure known as a telomere. Every time a cell divides, its telomeres become shorter. When the telomeres become short enough, the cells die. Cancer cells have figured out a way to restore their telomeres so that they don't continue to shorten as the cell divides. Yes, this is the reason why the cancer cells uh, attained, have developed immortality. So, in their nuclei, the telomeres are not lost, telomeres are retained, huh? Chromosomes are not shortened. Therefore, they they remain alive, thus in a way making them immortal. So cancer cells may keep growing, may invade nearby tissues, may spread to other regions of the body, can be immortal. Whereas normal cells grows when needed, stays within tissue boundaries, sticks to nearby cells, has defined a lifespan. See, look here, the diagrams, show you how the normal cells and cancer cells are different. These are normal cells, these are cancer cells. So look here, cancer cells, large variably shaped nuclei. These cells are larger than normal cells, and nuclei are also larger in size. Here many dividing cells, disorganized arrangement. Here organized arrangement is there, but here disorganized arrangement. And here variation in size and shape. Here variation in size and shape. Loss of normal features. Normal features what are here in normal cell are not here in the cancer cells. They are lost. So this is how we can differentiate normal cells and cancer cells. So and some more aspects are there in cancer topic. Their causes, their carcinogens, which carcinogens bring about cancer in normal tissues, and how it can be prevented. So all these things we can study, we can understand in our next video. So at the end of this class, some assignments are here. Number one is, what is cancer? Give a definition. Then what is carcinoma? Write the characteristics of cancer. Write the characteristics of cancer. How these are different from normal cells, that you have to write. So with this I have completed this one. Thank you.